हाँ, चलिए ज्वाइन।
जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा। जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा। जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा। जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा। श्री चैतन्य मंगल की जय। श्रील लोचन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you to today's weekly Sri Chaitanya Mangal reading. We are reading from, and today is February 9th here in India, 2026. 2026. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Mangal, Adi Khanda, and this is song number 8. Yesterday we read song 7, in which uh, little Nimai, Lord Gauranga, was along with his friends found a puppy dog, and then he brought the puppy home and they were playing, and they started fighting. The boys started fighting. So meanwhile, Sachi Mata, she didn't see this. So she was busy in her household chores. So she left after some time with the other ladies to take bath in the Ganges. And in the veranda, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, little Gauranga Mahaprabhu, was playing with his boys, and they ended up in a fight. And some boys were on the side of Mahaprabhu, and one boy was fighting on the other side. So finally, he ran away from there and went and complained to Sachi Mata that your boy, he's playing with a dog inside the house like that. So Sachi Mata came, and then, she was shocked, and then she drove all the other boys away, and even chastised Nimai. And then seeing him, you know, uh, his face, she felt so sorry for him. And she told him to tie up the dog and go and take bath in the Ganges. She took him in his arms and, pacified him, kissed him, embraced him. And he said, go take bath. I'll give you something to eat. You must be very hungry. So Nimai tied up the puppy and he went to take bath. After he left, she untied the puppy and let the puppy go. And then she said that, I wonder where this puppy went. Maybe um, he went back to his mother. But one of the boys happened to see that she untied the puppy. So he went and he ran to the river and told Nimai that your mother has released your puppy, right? Your puppy is not there anymore in the house. If you want, you can go and see. So he came running and he looked everywhere frantically. He couldn't find the puppy and he was so aggrieved. Then Sachimata pacified him, saying that no, no, no. And he was even saying that you sent my puppy away. And he started crying. So she said, no, no, I didn't do. Maybe the boy who was fighting with you, maybe he, let the puppy go. Um, but I promise I will look for the puppy in every forest tomorrow and I will bring it back to you. Don't cry, like that. So, and then looking at the beauty of her son, she was completely drowned in ecstasy. That's where that chapter, that song ended. So now we will see what happened after that in the next song. This is song 8 of Adikhanda. By Lord Gauranga's touch, a dog became fortunate, abandoning his dog. So, meanwhile, what happened to that puppy? So, Mahaprabhu played with that puppy, and the puppy now went away. What happened to that puppy? Because of the touch of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, abandoning his dog's nature, he became filled with transcendental knowledge. What is dog's nature? Just quickly, I want to tell you this. What is our nature? What is our nature? Who are we? Actually, we are spirit souls. We are spirit souls. And what is the nature of the spirit soul? This nature of the spirit soul is to serve Krishna. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. Right? To serve Krishna is the constitutional position. That's the nature. But now the conditioned soul is covered by ignorance. Ignorance is one aspect of Maya. And along with that ignorance, he carries karma. I'm explaining to you what is our nature. You have one nature, I have one nature, dog has his nature, bird has his nature, snake has his nature, isn't it? So, what is this nature? Is it the nature of the spirit soul? Where is this nature? No, it's not in the spirit soul. The spirit soul is always pure. The spirit soul's nature is to be a servant of the Supreme Lord. Then what is this nature that we have? Someone is, kind, and someone is envious, and somebody is angry, and someone else is very cool and peaceful. What is this nature? This is not the nature of the spirit soul. So, in the conditioned state, the spirit soul is covered by avidya. Avidya is a component of the external energy or Maya. So one of the components is avidya. Avidya means ignorance. And along with this covering of ignorance, the living entity has its karma, because for unlimited births we have been doing karma and the reactions we are carrying. So it is carrying that karma. And in this state, it is in the body of Mahavishnu. Whenever there is creation, when is the creation happening? When Mahavishnu glances on this Prakriti. Prakriti is another component of Mahamaya. Mahamaya has three components: Avidya, Vidya, and Prakriti. Avidya means ignorance, Vidya means knowledge. What is that knowledge? Knowledge that I am not this body, I am soul. That is Vidya. And then there is third one called Prakriti. Prakriti means it's composed of the three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. That is Prakriti. So when the Lord glances on Prakriti, all these conditioned souls covered by avidya and with karma that are resting in the body of Mahavishnu, they all get impregnated into this Prakriti. And that glance is also agitating. It's like empowering the Prakriti, moving the Prakriti to action. Anything which is jada means not conscious, does not have the capacity to do on its own. It needs a spirit soul, consciousness to move it. The table will stay there for eternity unless some conscious being applies some energy on it. It won't happen on its own. Prakriti does not have the capacity to do things on its own. It is the Lord's potency. The Lord is the conscious being which moves the Prakriti to action. So when he glances, he's sending his potency into Prakriti, by which now she is agitated, and now she starts those three modes, they go into imbalance. Otherwise, they're in equilibrium. When Prakriti glances, now those three go into imbalance and different ingredients are produced. First Mahat Tattva, then false ego, senses, mind, intelligence, gross elements like earth, water, fire, air, ether, all these things. So totally there are 23 elements. And then these elements, again, he's continuously glancing at every stage. Because of his glance, one element is produced. From one element, the next element is coming, then the next element is coming. And after that, by his glance only, all these elements come together and form universes. And then he himself enters into each of, not one, unlimited universes. He himself enters into each of these universes as Garbhodakashai Vishnu, fills up half of the universe with his perspiration, and he lays down there. Now from his navel, from those 23 elements that are produced, they're there inside the universe also. He keeps that within his belly for 1000 years. And those ingredients grow into Virata Purusha. Then from his navel, after 1000 years, sprouts the lotus stem. And in that lotus stem is this Virata Purusha coming out. Virata Purusha also has a gross and subtle body because it's made of 23 material elements. Virata Purusha's body is made of material elements. He has a gross body and subtle body, Sukshma Virat and Sthula Virat. And on top of that, so where is Virat? He's inside the stem of the lotus. On top is the lotus flower. On that lotus flower is born who? Brahmaji. Like this. Now, along with these 23 elements, those conditioned souls are also there that came from the glance of Mahavishnu into Prakriti. Prakriti produced these elements, right? And these elements now formed universes. So those 23 elements are also there inside each universe, along with a certain portion of living entities are sent to each universe based on their karma. Living entities that have similar karma are all sent to one universe. Like this, there are unlimited universes. They're distributed. So what happens, I'm explaining to you where our nature comes from. So be on the track. Okay, I'm telling you why you have a different nature. Where is this nature? Is it in the spirit soul or not? That's what I'm trying to explain here. So when in each universe, now we still, these living entities, conditioned souls are still in a dormant state. That spirit soul covered by ignorance and carrying a karma. All these living entities are inside the universe. Where are they? When Virata Purusha comes out, and on top is the lotus, and on the lotus is Brahmaji. Where are all these living entities? They also were inside the belly of Garbhodakasha and Vishnu for 1000 years. They are in that Virata Purusha only. When the Virata Purusha comes out, on top is the lotus, and on lotus is Brahmaji. Along with Brahmaji, all these conditioned souls are there. Now, this is the beginning of creation in the universe. That lotus stem, that Virata Purusha's body, that lotus stem is this universe with all the different planetary systems. There are 14 planetary systems. Topmost, that lotus is Brahmaji's planet called Satyaloka. And then below that you have Tapoloka, Janaloka, Maharloka, Swargaloka, Bhuvarloka, Bhuloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. Like this, there are 14 planetary systems. So Brahmaji, there, who is having all these living entities with him, now his task is to see the karma of each living entity and give him his particular body. To make the body, where does he take the ingredients from? From Virata Purusha's body. He takes the ingredients from Virata Purusha's, gross and subtle. Remember, there's gross Virata and subtle Virata. So he takes from subtle Virata ingredients, and gross Virata he takes ingredients and gives a body to each one. That's why our bodies are composed of gross and subtle body. What is gross body? What you're seeing, right? We say gross body means hands, legs, head. But what are these made up of? Made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. That is gross body's composition. Whether you take your blood or pus or mucus or whatever, it's simply made of these five things. This whole body, bones, it's made of skin, muscle, flesh. It's made of earth, water, fire, air, ether. This is the gross body. But there is a subtle body, even your brain, right? It's made of earth, water, fire, air, ether. What is the subtle body then? Subtle body is consisting of chitta, ahankara, buddhi, mana. That means mind, intelligence, false ego, and there is something called chitta. These four is the subtle body. And also your senses are subtle body. You think these eyes are your senses? No, these eyes are composed of earth, water, fire, air, ether. But inside these eyes, in the subtle body, there is a sense called I, very small sense called I. Okay, so the point is Brahmaji gives gross body and subtle body to each living entity. On what basis does he give gross body and subtle body? On the basis of the karma. Whatever karma you have, on that basis, he gives you a gross or subtle body, your subtle body. So in subtle body, he'll give you chitta. What happens in chitta? All your past impressions in past lives, whatever impressions you have, they are installed. When he gives you chitta, first it is like a white, clean white sheet, white paper. But as soon as it is given to you from your karma, you have all those past impressions, they're immediately installed. Now you have impressions. This is your nature. But before you got this subtle body, do you have that? It is there written, right, in the karma like that, but you're not, uh, active at that time, dormant state. You can perform activity, etc., when conditioned souls, only when you have a body. So before that, when you don't have body, it's there in the karma. But once you get the subtle body, and then what is false ego? False ego is the sense of identity. I am, Vani Seva Mataji. I am Madhava. I am Archana Bhakti, like that. And then who am I? This is my name, this is what I look like, this is my title, this is my educational qualification, these are my skills, and these are my friends, these are my enemies. I like this person, I don't like this person, this is my house, my car. Aham mameti. Who am I? I am this body. What is mine? Everything connected to this body, it is mine. This is false ego. This is the function of false ego. This comes. That's your nature. So a dog is thinking, I am dog, I am the leader of this particular area, right? Nobody from outside can come here. When other dogs come, I chase after them, like that. Dog nature, cat nature. And then each of one of us has our nature. Where is this nature coming from? From the subtle body, right? And then you have intelligence and mind also. Mind's function is, what I like this, I don't like this, huh? And feeling pain and pleasure. Where is it happening? That pain and pleasure, it is happening in the mind, because of the mind only. And then what is intelligence doing? Intelligence decides. When you see something, where do you get knowledge? It is formed in the intelligence. So each one of these, they are like tools, mind, intelligence. So, and based on, remember, Prakriti, from Prakriti, all these ingredients came. And what is Prakriti made of? The three modes. So, what is your intelligence made of? The one of the three modes, or a combination of these three modes. What is my intelligence made of? Same. My body also same. Or everything. My subtle gross bodies is nothing but made of those three modes. So that is why those who are in the mode of goodness, they have a particular type of nature. Those who are primary, that in the mode of goodness means your mind is made of goodness, your intelligence is made of goodness. You're like that. Of course, it is never purely goodness in the material world, it's always a combination. But that is why there are different natures. Where are these natures coming from? From the combination of these modes. And there are so many unlimited possibilities are there, permutations and combinations of these three modes. But in general, you can say those who are in the mode of goodness, that means their chitta, mind, intelligence, they're in the mode of goodness, senses, body, they're in the mode of goodness, they're called Brahmanas. Those who are in the mode of passion are called Kshatriyas. Those who are in the mixed modes of passion and ignorance are called Vaishyas. Those who are in the mode of ignorance are called Shudras. So now this puppy dog gave up its dog nature. What do you understand by that? It gave up its dog's nature means what? Subtle body is not there. That spirits also, when by doing bhakti, what happens in our case is this subtle body, gross body, the materialness, what is this made of? Material elements that gets digested. It becomes replaced by transcendental ingredients. It won't be. What is transcendental ingredients? Satchid Ananda, eternal knowledge and bliss. The materialness is removed for us. So this puppy dog being touched by Gauranga Mahaprabhu played by, Mahaprabhu played with him. Because of that, it lost its dog's nature. Even though it went away, now it is not having that material covering, subtle body. And why you got this subtle body, gross body in the first place? Because you are originally covered by that avidya, ignorance. So that ignorance is also removed. And this spirit soul, pure spirit soul, now being getting the mercy, has become a devotee. That's the point. Okay. So now we'll see. Abandoning his dog's nature, he became filled with transcendental knowledge. Transcendental knowledge, not just that I'm not body, I'm spirit soul, but I'm a servant of Krishna. Calling out Radha, Krishna, Govinda, the dog danced. The puppy dog is chanting Radha, Krishna, Govinda and dancing. Everyone in Nadia ran to see him. This is a wonder. If you saw a dog chanting Hare Krishna, wouldn't it be a wonder? So everyone in Nadia ran to see him. A puppy dog is chanting Radha, Krishna, Govinda and dancing. Everyone watched as the dog manifested signs of ecstasy. And while dancing, so when you go into ecstasy, there are these, you know, uh, transformations that happen in you, ecstatic symptoms, huh? like like anubhavas, like that. There are different activities that you do, and also different moods actually. Anubhava, Vibhava, Sanchari Bhava, like this. So this dog was exhibiting these signs of ecstasy, manifesting these signs of ecstasy. What were they? The hairs of his body were standing erect. When you're very happy, you get goosebumps, or when you're scared also. So this is one of the symptoms when you're in ecstasy. So all the hairs, like a jackfruit, all his hairs were standing erect, this puppy dog's. While he's chanting Radha Krishna Govinda, all his hair was standing erect. His eyes were filled with tears. That soul, that spirit soul in that puppy dog, that soul suddenly gave up, renounced his dog's body, and he went back to Goloka, Krishna's abode, right in front of everyone's eyes there in Nadia, chanting, chanting, and weeping in ecstasy while chanting, with his hairs of his body standing erect. He left his body and went back to Lord Krishna's abode, Goloka. Not only that, a divine airplane suddenly arrived and took that soul in on the path in the sky. So airplane came, took that spirit soul onto the airplane and was flying in the sky, decorated with jewels and pearls. That golden airplane, which was decorated with jewels and pearls, it glistened like 1,000-rayed sun. It was so brilliant. Millions and millions of bells chimed, and there were many kartals playing. Hosts and hosts of kartals sounded like bells were ringing. And hearing the sounds of the conch shells and the loud calls of Jai and Hari, the Gandharvas and Kinnaras in the celestial planets sang the glories of Sri Sri Radha Krishna. So all this was being seen. The airplane was decorated with hosts of flags. It glistened like the circle of the sun. It was decorated with flags and it was very brilliant. In the middle of the airplane, the handsome, splendid, charming, newly liberated soul, the soul of this puppy dog, in the middle of the airplane. So the airplane was sent for this spirit soul particularly. So in the center was this newly liberated soul who was very splendid, handsome, and charming, sat on a jeweled throne. And he was pleasant coolness personified, if you can imagine that. Pleasant coolness personified. What do you think of when you think of coolness and pleasant? Maybe a moon, the moon, not a moon, the moon in the sky, like a full moon. You would think that is pleasant and cool. But his coolness defeated 10 million moons. He was so pleasant and cooling. Who? This spirit soul that was seated on the throne in the middle of the airplane. And he chanted Radha, Krishna, Gauranga. While he was sitting there, a host of siddhas fanned him with chamara whisks. Obviously, it's not that he's sitting alone in the airplane and going. He had many servants there, siddhas. Siddhas are perfected yogis. They are serving him with chamara fans, fanning him. And in this way, he traveled on the path to Goloka. Not like us when we travel in airplanes, tie your seat belts and, you know, in your little seat, you just sit there continuously for hours together. He was sitting nicely, comfortably on a throne, and he was being served as he traveled to Goloka. And when he's going higher, he's going through various different planets. So Brahma, Shiva, the Kumaras, Sanaka, and a host of others stood before him with folded hands, Surrounding him on the airplane, they all sang the glories of Lord Gauranga. So they were also on the airplane surrounding him. So they're all the leaders, the presiding deities of their planets. So, what do you understand by this? A Vaishnava is superior than anyone else. He is honored by all the leaders of the universe. So, when this puppy dog became a devotee and is on the way back, going back to Goloka, the greatest personalities of the universe, like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Sanak Kumar, and many, many others, they were standing before him with folded hands. Why? Because this is a great devotee of the Lord. If you remember in the talks between Srila Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is the most, you know, glorious position? Who is the most famous person? Was one of the questions that Mahaprabhu asked. And Srila Ramananda Rai said, to be known as a devotee of the Supreme Lord is the highest fame. He is the most famous and most, that's the highest position. So we see here practically. Brahma, Shiva, Sanaka, and others were all standing before this uh, spirit soul, this devotee on the airplane. And they were singing the glories of Lord Gauranga. And what was this devotee doing, by the way? Was he simply enjoying? No, he was also chanting Lord Gauranga's name, Radha Krishna. Together they were singing. They sang, Glory, glory to Sachi's son, who is an ocean of mercy. O Lord, why are you not merciful to us in this way? All these, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they are praying. Oh, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, you are an ocean of mercy. Look at what you did to this puppy. Right? In Vedic culture, dogs are considered untouchable. They don't even let them inside the house. Even if you give food, you put it outside and the dog eats and goes away. You don't let the dog come inside the house. You don't touch the dog. It's considered. That's why Sajimata was chastising. What happened to you? You're the son of a Brahmana. How can you do this? But how merciful is Mahaprabhu? He touched, he played with that dog, and because of his touch, now he lost his avidya and everything, and he got love of Godhead. He perfected his life. The highest perfection he got, and he's going back to Godhead. And seeing this, Lord Brahma and others are saying, You're so merciful, you're so merciful. You gave your mercy to a dog. Oh Lord, why you're not giving that mercy to us? Why you're not merciful to us in that way? You delivered a dog, gave him a spiritual body, and took him to Goloka. Why will you not do the same for us? Glory, glory to Lord Gaurahari, the shelter of the shelterless. Those who don't have any other shelter, who will give shelter? Like, I'm so wretched, I'm so fallen, I don't get shelter anywhere else. Where can I expect to get shelter? We can get shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Gauranga and his associates, Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Glory, glory to Lord Gaurahari, the shelter of the shelterless. Glory, glory to him, the best of all avatars. He's the best of all avatars. He doesn't see what are your faults. He is simply begging you. He's giving you the highest love of Godhead. And what is the price? He's saying just chant the holy names, chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Take full shelter of the holy name. He's giving the highest one at a very cheap price. Glory, glory to him, the best of all avatars. By your mercy, the souls who live in Kali Yuga will be delivered because the people of Kali Yuga are most degraded. They're at the bottom of the barrel. Everyone else, after everyone else got liberated, the remaining people are here. This is the last Yuga in the four. Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. Kali is the last. So, uh, but his mercy delivers even the people of Kali Yuga. By your mercy, the souls who live in Kali Yuga will be delivered. What other wonderful pastimes will you manifest? This is so wonderful. You delivered a puppy. What else are you going to do? That means, can there be anything more merciful than this? Is it possible? You delivered a dog? What else? What other wonderful pastimes will you manifest? When will we demigods become fortunate? When will we attain the mercy of your feet? By touching him, you delivered a dog. Even when you were Lord Krishna, you were not kind in this way. Right? Lord Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. That's the last instruction of Bhagavad Gita. First of all, you surrender. Did the dog surrender to Mahaprabhu? No. And why that spirit soul is in a dog's body? Can you imagine how sinful he must have been that now he ended up in that dog's body? And he didn't surrender to Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu touched him and delivered him. How merciful he is. So this type of mercy you didn't give even when you were Lord Krishna. Who's saying this? The demigods are praying. Even when you were Lord Krishna, you were not kind in this way. Simply by touching a dog, you delivered a dog. When will we become fortunate? You gave perfection to a dog. We pray that we may become fortunate like him. They all want to be like that puppy dog now, a recipient of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Obeisances to you, O Lord Gaurarai, whom only the pure and faultless may see. He is the Supreme Lord. Who can see the Supreme Lord? Only when you're pure you can see, right? Obeisances to your two graceful feet. We demigods are all the Lord's followers and servants. When will we attain Lord Gaurchandra's feet? Right? When will we get mercy like that puppy dog? When will we get his mercy? When will we get his touch? When will we get to see him, his lotus feet? In this way, that very fortunate soul went to Goloka and the great devotees sang the glories of Lord Gauranga. So as he's traveling, everyone is glorifying Lord Gauranga. In this way, very wonderful pastimes of Lord Gaurchandra were manifest. With great joy, Lochan Das describes the song. So with that, we come to the end of song 8, this chapter, and also today's session. We will continue. I was considering doing Chaitanya Mangal every day before Gaur Purnima because Gaur Purnima is coming up. Maybe we'll just do this and then pick up on Chaitanya Charitamrita after we complete. That's what I'm thinking now. But I will let you know through WhatsApp whatever is decided. But for now, we have Saturday, Sunday Chaitanya Mangal, and weekdays, 5 days, we have Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, I will end here. Thank you all so much. Sri Chaitanya Mangal ki jai. Srila Lochan Das Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki jai. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Sri
Krishna.
Ashna Bhakti ki jai. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Madhava.